Hello, we're having a stroke. The podcast where a guy with severe ADHD struggles to get through a single sentence while the other one watches in awe. I'm your co-host, Dominic. With me is my other co-host, Joey. And this week, we have a guest.
We have a very special guest with us on our fifth episode, ladies and gentlemen. She is an amazing woman that, actually, fun fact, is the person who I initially came up with the concept of this podcast. She's an amazing friend. Every single conversation I have with her is the best. She's been with me as a friend for multiple years, and I've known her for so long. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Sky onto the podcast.
Oh, hi guys, love y'all. What you don't see is me, shy girl, stunting in the back.
So how you been?
What?
How you been?
Oh, I've been great. I have been working my tail off. I deal with shoes. I look at shoes for 4 hours at a time, or I'll look at tank tops for 4 hours. So
It'd be like that though.
That's a mood, honestly.
Are you moving these shoes, or are you just looking at them?
Sometimes I did have one shift where I literally just looked and tidied up the entire shoe section. There was one day where I spent a whole hour folding shirts that got wrecked in the next shift I came in, and I nearly cried when I looked at it.
Oh, that sucks.
God.
Heathens. You guys are heathens when you go into stores.
So, as I said in the intro, Sky, you are the person that I initially came up with this idea of a podcast for, and I believe you and I also came up with the idea of the name. Just
Yeah, it was off that TikTok that we sent. Both of us sent it to each other without realizing it, and it really encompassed both of us when we're trying to talk about anything. We just start malfunctioning.
I feel because as I should have mentioned in the intro, Sky also has is it ADHD, or is it
It is undiagnosed, but the point that everybody in my life who is ADD or ADHD has told me something is wrong with you. At this point, I think we got the diagnosis that we need, and I'll just cope with it, you know?
Right.
A diagnosis of the people.
Yeah. So ADHD. Fuck.
Off to an amazing start. Should I?
So the whole for the whole reason why I imagine the fans will probably ask since she came up with the concept with me. Maybe people may be asking, oh, well, why didn't you just do it with her? And it's just kind of became a timing thing, you know? Because, each of us have, very, busy lives and stuff. And I also had to say, but it was also kind of an equipment thing. Because I have a mic. Dominic has a mic. Sky might not have a mic.
I do not have a mic. I have a computer that I constantly step on. Because I forget where it is, and I literally
that also might be one of the most ADHD moves ever, by the way.
Yeah, I'll just leave it on the ground. Clothes will pile up on it. My depression will hit me, and my whole room looks like a tornado has literally gone through it. And that's how we live.
Yeah,
I didn't even have earbuds. I went and bought earbuds at 6:00 tonight.
Oh wow, you did? Okay. Yeah, because speaking of, I know for a fact Sky's room has been messy to the point where the last time I visited her, at her old apartment, she lost her phone and we lost it for a literal hour.
Oh no, it's the new apartment. Yeah, I have lost more stuff underneath that bed and I cannot pick it up, so it's just gonna stay there until I move out.
I feel like every story that I've heard about things getting lost in Sky's room is always it's an enigma that's like linked to ADHD in that way. Like I don't really know too much about it in the same way that I have almost no idea how or why, but I know whatever's in there is like a mystery.
Yeah.
It's a goddamn...
I lost my phone in my car while sitting in my car. Like, I talked on the phone, hung up, put it down. It was gone. I ended up going to, like, two different stores. We had someone else. This is why also people have tracked my location so that we can track to see if the phone has left the vicinity somehow.
Oh.
So, yeah.
That is called forward thinking, my friend.
Yeah. I predict my ADHD, basically, at this point.
Guys, I'm ADHD psychic. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Sky, I think, honestly, my favorite... Because one thing, like, I was recently thinking about with ADHD that we haven't brought up yet on the podcast that I loved, like, thinking about and talking about is, like, randomly shaking sometimes.
Oh, like the trembles or shivers.
Just a little chills, you know?
Yeah, they're weird.
Because I remember they're strange and like you don't really think about it, but like I learned like a while ago that like they're like linked to ADHD. It was funny because there was one time in the apartment when I was hanging out with Max, and we were just chilling. I had a White Claw in my hand, and like I shook, and a little bit of my White Claw like spilled onto the edge of the cup, and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
I don't think I've ever shook so hard that like my like water, but I often do miss my mouth entirely. Like I get so like hyper about drinking something that I just go and I don't think about where the placement is. But I do shake. But I do shake. I'll just like literally like wig out of my body. Like it just feels like a ghost got like pulled out of my body and then like entered back in, and then I'm fine.
Right.
What? I've never heard of that. That people with ADHD have shakes. They have they have a shake.
It's not like a. In my opinion, I imagine it varies from person to person, but for me at least, it's not really a big deal. It's kind of just like. You just like shake a bit and then that's it. Like for like a little like half a second.
You get like the chills basically like more often.
The chills, yeah.
So it's more often than if like a normal person were to have them. Because I'd say like for me, like in the winter, I have chills like maybe once a day, not even. Is it like more common than that for you guys?
I'd say like I get it like 5 times a day maybe.
I guess it also depends on who you are.
Yeah, it depends on how stressed I am with what I have to do, I guess. But I've never, I don't know, like recently I haven't had many, but that's because I'm not like doing school and stuff. So I'm just really doing basic things right now, so I don't get like many. But when I'm like super high stress, I'll like have the randomest chills and I have to like cover them. So I don't look weird.
Right.
Weird. Huh.
Yeah. I mean, like, I've, It was funny because, like, when I learned about it, I was like, really? Because you'd never think about, like, attention deficit disorder, kind of.
Yeah, what do you think that is? Like, is that, like, your body just being, like... It's like trying to like realize where it is, so it's just like, oh shit, be alert.
I couldn't tell you.
Like, what is that function?
I couldn't tell you. It just happens. Like,
that's so weird.
You know what it could be? It could be. My theory is that we touched on this when Chris came on. How like ADHD and ADD kind of have a somewhat link to autism.
Oh yeah,
it's on the like that.
It's part of the spectrum. For some people who don't know, I do study psychology, but so from the little, if you've even taken the like basic course, so they are now teaching because there's more information about that out there, that like autism, ADHD, and some like a couple other things are kind of all linked into this spectrum, and this like really large spectrum of like autism and like just mental health in general.
Right.
Huh.
Another thing's like the chills. I don't know if you get the tension in your body. like you are, it's from like how tense and focused you are that like you're like people with ADHD tend to have like really tight hamstrings or back problems, which is why I always complain about my back because it's literally destroyed 24/7 from just how like tense I am.
Yeah.
Jeez. Huh. I
Yeah.
never knew.
I didn't even think about the whole psych part. God, it's a good reason for Roger one.
Yeah, we have a relative professional.
Oh no, I'm nowhere near professional.
Relative.
Nowhere near it.
Oh man.
But yeah,
So
it
Joey,
is.
Oh, sorry.
I was about to say it is just like I think I repeated this already, but it is kind of just a weird like thing to think about because like when you think of ADHD people, you think of just like people tapping their foot a lot and like dozing off. You don't really think of like just like little shakes and stuff.
Yeah. No, for sure. And it's just something that like it's so small. It's like, do I really want to talk with anyone else about this? Like, oh, like is it really that important? But like, you know, it can.
I mean, ADHD can also lead people to do random shit like
this.
No, like Sky the Manifest Destiny story.
Oh, there's
Oh
so
my
many
God.
stories of me saying the weirdest and doing the
this
weirdest
is my
shit. I have no
this
memory.
is my favorite. This is my favorite story with Sky. 'Cause it's so fucking funny, in a good way. Like we're obviously not making fun of each other for having
No.
disabilities and shit. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing.
but there was a one time when Sky, me, and a couple other friends were just walking around in a park, and Sky just randomly were walking, and I when I say out of nowhere, I mean out of fucking nowhere. puts her arms up and her elbows bent down and says, "Manifest destiny," and it's like shaking a little bit.
I
started dying laughing.
I had a lot of like untapped energy because I had been staying up till like 5 a.m. during quarantine, and then we're mixed with going out and it's pitch black and like our friend is trying to scare us. That's
Oh
just
my God! Wait, was this the beginning of 2021?
I don't even remember, honestly.
I can't remember either. I want to say yes, but I don't
It
know.
was either the summer
God,
of
'cause that might have been
2020
there.
or 2021. I think it was the summer of
okay.
2020 though.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I was like,
It might
was
have
I
been-
there for that? Do
God.
I not remember the Manifest Destiny?
I don't think you were there for it, Dominic, because
No.
there was only like 4 of us.
Yeah.
You know.
Ah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
We might have like all been hanging out earlier in the day, but this was like night.
This was
I
like
see.
it was like pitch black.
Like it was
And one of our-
terrifying.
And one of our friends was like being like, "Guys, I think there's someone behind us." And I was like, "You can suck a dick, dude. Like, what the fuck?"
I was literally, I had mace on me. Like I don't know why he was joking. I was ready to literally mace somebody.
Good lord.
Oh my god.
So, did you have? I know Joey has something in specific to go into, and usually I have something to talk about. Unfortunately,
I technically
updates.
have two things I can go into.
Ooh,
One of them being a bit more like open to the crowd, and the other being like one of my niches.
Oh yeah,
But
fair enough.
Dominic, if you have any topics you would like to go over first,
These things-
go right ahead.
As maybe the audience can tell, and by the way, it's crazy to know that we have an audience. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys. for listening.
Thank you guys for listening. Thank you.
But unfortunately, my golden cup noodle situation. I'm not sure if Sky knows about this, but I was on a quest to get fucking cup noodles for my studio and when I work and stuff. So I have cup noodles around, and I saw on the package that you could win a golden cup noodle, and then I went on this quest to try to figure out how to get it. And I think I entered the contest too late, so now I'm trying to figure out how to make a golden noodle by myself. So it's still on that page. I'm going to paint a fucking cup noodle gold. I'll probably paint the noodles gold, and I'll let you guys know about it. But
Oh, so I
story's
fucking
going.
called it last episode then.
Yeah, you did.
You're just gonna paint the fucking cup noodle gold.
No. The cup noodle and the noodles inside. Because it's otherwise, how is it valid? How is this a valid cup noodle?
And this is for class?
No, this is for me. This is for
Okay.
my personal video.
I was getting a little concerned in what we're learning in school.
Nope. This is all me. But but aside from that, I will say that I know that in Chicago, there's been like this sort of like series of blizzards going through town. And
Oh, yeah.
and as someone who lives in Milwaukee, I was like, oh, aha, you guys have to deal with fucking blizzards, and it's just really cold up here. So tonight I ordered some pizza. It's like I ordered just a pizza to have, and I'll have it throughout the week.
A nice pie.
Yep, a nice pie, and I have a car, so I can just drive out to the place and pick it up. I ordered around like 5 or so, and I was like, all right, yeah, I'll just pick it up.
I think I have an idea. I think I have an idea where this is going. But go
Oh my
on.
god! So I then because then I'm like sitting around on my computer just like working on stuff, and then I see like on the online update like, hey, you can go to the store and pick up your pizza. So I've run out the door, and it is like shitting snow like you wouldn't believe. It is like the thickest amount of snow I've seen come out of the city in years.
Oh god.
And oh my god, I've never I've driven in pretty bad weather, but it was like unbelievable the kind of like shit that I was going through trying to like stay on the road and staying straight and shit.
Did you get the
And I'm
pizza?
like, yeah, of course, but instead of it taking the trip would you probably take about like maybe 20 minutes at most. It took like an hour or more because I was just trying to fuck with the snow and like
You're trying to
all
fuck
of
with
the
the snow.
dude, I was slipping and sliding. It was like Tokyo Drift. I don't have all-wheel drive. So I'm like changing lanes, and I'm like having
Oh my
like
God.
over adjust and like kind of slamming on the brakes to readjust myself, and I'm like, this is a nightmare. But I fortunately throughout that escapade, I feel like it's karma, but my karma has been minimized by the fact that now I have delicious pizza, and I am feeling fortified from the fucking blizzard that just stormed through Milwaukee. And unfortunately for the audience, that is all the content I have. Joey, would you like to continue? I've come a little short-handed today.
Yeah, that blizzard was really something else, though.
I imagine.
Sky, did it hit you at all or no?
So, fun fact, it like barely kind of missed us. We got like maybe 2 to 4 tops inches, but then I went outside today and it's starting to snow again a little bit. I don't know what DeKalb is on. I also can never tell because I live across from a cornfield or like a field. Like there's nothing out there. Joey's seen it.
Yeah.
And so all that snow, and there's no trees in DeKalb, so like all the snow just like moves with the wind. And it's like a valley, so like the wind goes even stronger. So I never know how much snow there actually is because all of that just gets blown over to like the cars and like where I am.
Right.
So it's real fun, just battling life out here.
Yeah.
Sounds like tons of fun.
It's just, I mean, I remember I saw this fucking video online that said like, yeah, the winter sucks, but we don't have like fucking tsunamis, earthquakes, or hurricanes.
That's true.
So I'm like, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take
Plus,
a tornado drill, like, you know, like I can go out sometimes and you can like see a tornado like forming not that far away, and it's like it's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Disasters. Yes, my
Hug.
liege.
Hug. My lead.
Boonga boonga. My
Um,
esquire, what do you have for us today?
So, I'll start with how my week went.
Oh boy.
So the first story that I forgot to mention, oh no, it happened this week, and I was It's really fucking fun. So I was working on it started like one night, just me cranking out work at like midnight, just like going hard at it on like a paper I was working on, and like I was like I need a break for this for a second, so like I backed away from the table, not table, the keyboard and stuff, and I just like took like a 30-minute like break away from like my work, and it was very helpful because I was able to get it done in a reasonable time after that. But what happened in that break, I am still baffled by.
Oh God.
So now, to preface this is a great start to the story, but I'm not a very religious guy.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'm scared now.
I was born and raised Christian. Don't ask me which kind because I don't remember. And I can never tell the difference. But anyway, I'm not a very religious guy. I was just born and raised Catholic. I know, like. Anyway, I watched this video. There was this video series I kind of always liked from this channel called Jolly, and it's about this they have this series called a British priest reacts and watches to like memes and like dumb shit, and like he reacted to like Ariana Grande's "God Is a Woman" and stuff like that. And like a lot of the shit was like also kind of contradictory, because like I was like, because the priest was like, well, God is not a woman or a man; he is an eternal being. And I'm like, then why not call him they and shit? I don't want to get into it, but
the video is really just about pussy power. Like that is
real intellectual conversation.
It's all about that pussy, boy.
Yo, they them pussy got me lacking. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Anyway,
so what happened in this break?
So after that, I was like looking into it, and I remembered like I watched these videos like a while back, and I recently got back into watching them a bit. And I remember there was this one video I always meant to watch called like a priest, a rabbi, and like I forget what they're called, but a Muslim leader sit down and have a conversation. And it's like an hour long. It's supposed to be like an hour long conversation that's very philosophical and stuff. And I was like, oh, that sounds cool. I might listen to that. So I Googled it.
Oh God.
And I found the video. But exactly under that video was a video I never thought I would see in my life.
Oh God.
The title was a rabbi, a priest, and an atheist smoke weed.
I have seen that. I've seen that.
Yo.
and I watched it, and it's
Is it good, Joey? Is it
First of all, I believe it's horribly edited because they straight up fucking cut in the middle of like this like passionate debate and conversation about faith, so you barely get any of it.
Oh my God.
But it's so funny because like I mean like it is heartwarming to see like these like people of different like faiths and shit like get along. But the funniest fucking part about the whole video is that not only like you click the video and the opening image is a priest and a rabbi like up close and a close up in like slow motion smoking blunts.
Wait, who taught them? Who taught them how to do any of this?
The crew. They had like a bong and like a blunt like all set up and shit.
Did you say a blowtorch? They were.
No, they didn't blowtorch it. They just fucking lit it, and they had a bong set up too.
Okay, I was like, bro, if they had a torch, they're doing dabs. I was gonna be like, yo, they want them to literally ascend and see God.
But we haven't gotten to the best part of the video. and that is that this when they filmed the video, it took place over Ash Wednesday.
oh man.
Which, if you don't know, Ash Wednesday is a Christian thing where, like, I don't know why they do it, but, like, they put, like, ash on your forehead and the sign of a cross, and it blesses you, and, like, you, like, wear it. No, you don't wear it. It's just, like, it's on your forehead for, like, a couple days.
I'm feeling ashy today. I want to stop.
I'm feeling... and they... they didn't do it... They did it in the fucking, like, on the set. Like, the priest did it to the atheist while they were, like, high as shit, and he did it with the fucking ashes of the blunt.
Oh my god.
And the best fucking part is that, like, he, like, started doing it, and the priest was like, look, went up to his forehead and was like, in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, I bless you, my child. And then he takes his thumb and puts it against his forehead so it's going down with the ashes. And he was like, oh, it's a little blue and green. Dude, that is so cool. Oh, come on, man.
It's a little blue and green.
I was dying laughing the whole time.
Oh my god.
And the best part is that I go into recommended and there's more videos like that. There's a video of, like, U.S. war vets with PTSD smoking weed.
These guys are true advocates, and I support their action.
I was like, what the fuck?
That is fucking unbelievable. I kind of just want to... Because I feel like, you know, like, that's definitely a market.
Oh, yeah.
There's a market of people for that.
Especially with, like, the recent legalization of the shit. Like, exactly.
Yeah, right. As we get closer to maybe.
I love those videos.
It was so funny.
The one I recently watched, I think it was Wired or whatever. I can't remember. It was the
Wired would do shit like that.
They
honestly.
did. It was stoners decide who get $1,000.
Oh no!
And
did they all use the same excuse of I needed it for weed?
No. So this is how the video.
It's better than that.
There was no guidance to, like, how this video is supposed to go. Like, I really don't know where they were gonna, like, what they were expecting from a group of, like, I don't know, like 9 people, maybe. I don't know. They gave them, like, each, like a joint or something to smoke. They all smoked all of it. The one girl was, like, out for the count. She literally was like, I gotta go sit down. So she lost, but she got to smoke on camera. So I guess she won, right? And then,
it's a lose-win situation.
Yeah, and then they're like, okay, I guess we can say why we want the money. And, like, people
guess.
Yeah, well, they're like, bro, like, whatever you... I don't know what they were expecting, like, either end. And then it got to the point where even the producers were like, what the fuck is happening? Like, he actually, he literally, like, whoever was, like, back there, like, everybody, like, was like, no, that's not happening today. Like, they're like, I don't understand. They're like, had no guidance. They're like, so why don't we try, like, a little talent show or something? And they're like, and, like, they had, this one lady had no filter. It was, like, this older black woman. And she was like, that sounds lame as shit. I was like, she's out. She literally doesn't even get the money. And she's still, like sassing these people off. And then it got to the end and it was so bogus. Like, the person who wanted to win the like, $1,000, like, she didn't even, like, really speak in the thing. And I was like, what the fuck? It was so disappointing.
Oh, my God.
You never know what you're going to get from those videos, though.
Right.
But the process was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Like, some theater kid man singing Broadway, and he's, like, a gay man. He's also, like, I think he said he was Filipino. And I was just like, okay, I see why you casted him. I'm like, bro. I'm like, you got the sassy black woman, you have the gay theater major
just
who
checking
happens
off
to be
all
Asian.
The fucking archetypes.
You have the rapper who's, like, light-skinned, and his friend died, and he's gonna use, like, half of that money for that, and, like, the other half for, like, him struggling. I'm like, what the fuck? The goody two shoes black girl.
Dude, you're just breaking all this down by a science. Jesus fucking Christ.
Dude, that's literally what they did.
You gotta know your archetypes, man.
That's fair.
No, there was the emo, like, can't handle her weed girl. Like, she looked like she was out of this world. Like, she literally did not know what the fuck was happening around her.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
The unaware.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. But Joey, you did get your work done after that, right?
I did, yeah.
Okay, cool, good. Because if it were me,
I was losing my goddamn mind because I was thinking the entire time, like, why the fuck is that a series? And then, like, well, no, I know why. It's just that, like, of all the
there's
series,
a reason for it.
It was funny also because, like, in the video, the first question they asked was, like, is there any teachings in your beliefs about not smoking, like, marijuana? And, like, they were like, no. And I was like, no shit, because, like, nobody fucking knew what it was at that point, probably.
Right.
You
wonder, like... Well, I mean, like, I mean, there's, like, communion wine and stuff. Like, you know.
Yeah.
There's like, there's pieces and ailments that, like, you know, transcend time as we move forward as humans. Like booze.
Wait, yeah. Dominic.
What?
Is the title of this episode Papa Bless?
But, like, we gotta connect it to Papa Bless. Somehow we gotta talk about that story, which I don't think anyone knows. I don't even know if Sky really knows that story.
I was about to be like, Papa Bless. Did you
yeah, that story.
Do we bring up Papa Bless?
I'm actually gonna bring up Papa Bless. So, Dominic, do you want to take it?
I just don't know if I remember, because I feel like...
Okay, so...
Yeah, go ahead, man. I'll help you, but go ahead.
So, I want to say we went on a trip over spring break with our high school band to Orlando, Florida.
This happened at that one?
Yeah, I believe it was. And we got these IDs that were basically just like cards that we had throughout the like trip, just so we could like they could collect them and identify. This is this guy.
Duplicate ones, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I don't know how the fuck we started doing this, but Dominic and I just started fucking. So there's this thing you can do with the card that if you have a useless card that you don't like, a gift card that you don't like need or is like useless, you can do it with this and it's really funny. And what you do is you like hold the bottom of it, pull the top of it back, and just let it go, and it's a fucking whip.
Yeah.
And Dominic and I just started doing it to each other, like whipping each other with these goddamn cards. And I don't know how the fuck we segued into this, but it got to the point where we kept saying like Papa Bless, like the fucking Papa like John's.
Yeah, like it was some like religious thing. I think. It was like, oh yeah, in the name of our Lord and body of pizza, Papa Bless, and we slap each other with the fucking cards. Oh my god!
And we said it. We said it so many times to the point where we made a new rule.
Yeah, during the trip, I think we made a rule saying no Papa Bless.
We made a rule saying that if you say Papa Bless any more goddamn times, the other person has to smack you with the card.
We had to abstain from the Papa.
And we kept doing it to the point where Dominic actually broke his fucking ID.
Yeah, I pulled it so hard. That
motherfucker snapped in half.
I do remember your ID being broken. I do remember that.
I had it taped for the rest of the... I think it was like for the next 2 semesters after that. Like, I just had to leave it like that. And it was just cellophane taped in the middle. I could barely scan it during lunch.
I also think the funniest fucking example of us doing that was we were waiting in line in Disneyland for the Seven Dwarfs, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
And that line was like 3 hours long, or like 4 hours long.
It was pretty long.
It was very fucking long. To the point where I have no idea how the fuck we waited that long for it. But anyway. We were just standing there, just bored out of our minds at like hour 3. We went through all of our fucking ideas to kill boredom. And I just distinctly remember holding my arm up and just sighing, just be like, Papa bless. And then just Dominic fucking goes for it.
I do remember that. I feel like I remember people in that line just being like, what the like looking back, what the hell's going on?
Oh my god. It was so funny.
That trip was something for me. I had taken I do not recommend this. I had taken someone else's allergy medicine because my allergies were not good, and that was when I found out that Allegra causes me to have severe anxiety and panic attacks all day. So at one point I had called our band director crying, and he was like, well, I'm trying to have fun here, so I can't really do anything.
That was fucked up.
Not even kidding. I didn't know
that was the situation.
Yeah, I remember I was with Gus and Jacoby when that happened. I think also you, Joey. Because the group that I had entered with was the popular people of the time, and if you remember that, I will just give you the no balls, that group, just for the sake of I do not want to blast their names out there like that, because I'm sure they changed.
Well, I mean, we've already come up with like ideas for having Gus and Jacoby on as guests.
Well, yeah, like them, but like the the like.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying for the audience, so they're not asking who the fuck is Gus and Jacoby.
Oh yeah, they're other dear friends.
They're other friends. They're other friends that
they're good people.
They're good people that we will have on at some point.
Yeah.
Gus in particular, love that man because he says the most out of pocket bullshit I've ever heard in my life, and it is so goddamn funny.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, that trip was a mess. Like, I was supposed to be with them. I got lost from. They ditched me, and so I was in Disney alone as like not even 16-year-old.
Great guys, they ditched you.
I like how we're vouching for them as good people, and then Sky's like, yeah, they fucking ditched me.
Well, no, not Gus and Jacoby. The other people did, and they weren't so good. No, Gus and Jacoby saved me. If anything, they saw me and were like, come here. Even I was like, I'm crying. I can't do this anymore. I want to go home.
Yeah, I think for the entire trip, I feel like for both the trips that we kind of went on, Dominic, you and I were kind of just like stuck together a lot, and just the two of us.
Well, because like I mean, I don't know. It's just at the time we were close enough to the point where it was just sort of like, yeah, fuck it. It's hard to like. Well, I mean, it's kind of like rooming with people. You had to like ask people to be like, hey, do you want to like hang? Do you want to be like on the trip together? Pretty much. It's like asking someone out on like the longest, most planned out date you could imagine. It's kind of weird, but I mean, this is pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I talk about my second thing?
Yeah, no, go please.
Okay, so this is the fun part where this podcast once again becomes we're having a shoot. Because me and Chris, if you remember from episode 3, I believe, we went to a live wrestling event being AEW Dynamite in Chicago on February 2nd. And it was so fucking cool. Just like, because, okay, for preface, I had not been to a wrestling event in since 2007, when I was like literally 6 years old. And the fact that I somehow remember it still is insane. But
core memory.
Yeah. My memory processing unit is amazing. uh, but when we went, and it's funny that we brought up that blizzard because fucking that blizzard so fuck, what was I saying?
WWE Blizzard.
Yeah, so it's funny that we were
Oreo
talking
ones.
about that blizzard earlier because that blizzard like hit like while we were walking to the arena, and I was like, oh, because we were just getting pelted with snow and shit, and like the nearest like train stop was like Chinatown to the Winchester Arena, so I had to walk like a couple blocks through the snow, and I was like, thank fucking God I have boots on, and wow, now I think about it, this like all of this makes a lot of sense because so for those of you listening, there was one trip that me and Dominic did not go on through our high school, and it was our New York trip.
Oh, I went on that one.
And you know, you want to know a fun fact about me? I fucking hate New York.
Ooh.
Dude, I loved New York, but that's my red flag.
That's my red flag.
So there's a wrestler at AEW who is amazing and I hate, named Maxwell Jacob Freeman, aka MJF. And he is the best heel ever because he's such a hateable guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they did this really smart bit where, if you've heard, like, on TikTok, anything about, like, mid, that's him.
Oh!
That's him.
Huh.
Wait, mid!
Yeah, your Cincinnati Reds who haven't won a championship in, like, 24 years. Mid. Mid. That's him.
I love that audio.
Yeah, his like roasts are amazing, but I also hate him because he just hates everyone, and is the like biggest amalgamation of the most frat boy douchebag like Northwestern kid you've ever seen in your life.
Oh yeah.
All combined into one asshole that everyone hates. He wears a scarf everywhere.
Ew. Oh,
That's,
not
like,
the
plaited.
scarf, man. Ugh.
And
Beta.
so him and another wrestler have been having this amazing feud. And that other wrestler is CM Punk, who is from Chicago and is currently on his he left wrestling like 7 years ago from WWE because he was tired of everything with it, because like he hated everything about WWE, and now he's back, and so it was him against MJF because those two have been roasting each other so much, to the point where I wanted to put it on my promos that I would recommend to new fans. But the problem is you have to know a lot about wrestling in order to like get what they're saying. Because like
Right.
in their first promo match, like where they like both talk to each other, see MJF referenced that he'll end him in AEW quicker than his UFC career. Because CM Punk's UFC career was awful. And he referenced how CM Punk was a comic book writer, saying that he went off to write comic books that no one read, or acted in movies that no one watched. Referencing Girl on the 13th Floor, I believe, which was a horror movie that was entirely filmed in Chicago. And at the same time, CM Punk fired back by referencing that MJF was as a kid was on the Rosie O'Donnell show and sang a little song, and it's really stupid. So those two, and also MJF is from Long Island, and CM Punk's from Chicago, and MJF went to Long Island one time and just started like saying that CM Punk fucking sucks, and the entire crowd cheered him, which is another reason why I fucking hate New York. Anyway, that was a lot to unpack. But anyway, basically, long story short, those two fought for literally 45 minutes.
God.
It was a pay-per-view like style event on a cable television show. And
Jesus.
The chants was so good because, okay, what they did was AEW had this thing where, like, there's obviously points where they'll go to commercial in the live feed. And when it went to commercial, MJF came out to the crowd, and the entire crowd was booing the shit out of him, and they hated him. And he went on this fucking promo saying, everyone from Chicago is a limp dick piece of shit that is a loser and sucks. You know why CM Punk is such a dipshit? Because he's from Chicago. You know what else sucks in Chicago? The Blackhawks. And immediately I was like, okay, fuck you. The Blackhawks are awesome. Yeah, they're kind of rough right now, but they're really cool. and then he went on to say, you know what else sucks? Your Chicago Bears suck. And then I said, okay, fair.
Fair point.
Like, I love when people try to use like the Bears against us. Like Chicagoans don't know this already. Like we could be diehard fans.
The Bears suck.
Like you could be a diehard fan, but you know they suck. It's just a thing Chicagoans do. We did it with the Cubs, and they eventually won the World Series. So like, I think it works.
The insane thing to me that, like, my dad has told me multiple times is that, for reference, my dad is, like, 56.
Your dad's 56?
Yeah, my dad's 56.
I would not guess that.
Well, you haven't seen him in a while. He's got, like, a gray beard and, like, some gray hairs and stuff.
Alright, well, don't knock your 56-year-old dad.
He still looks fabulous. I love my dad.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, okay. I was saying he looked younger.
Yeah, but anyway, the thing I was going to say is that my dad said for his entire life, the Bears have never had a good offense. And that baffles my mind.
It is because defense wins championships. How do you not know this?
But you also have to have a good offense.
But defense wins the championship. If they can't score points, then we win.
But the Chicago Bears haven't won shit since 2005 and shit. So, okay, shut the fuck up.
It's because you don't have an offense or a defense. It doesn't matter at that point.
God fucking did. Anyway, so MJF goes off on his fucking promo, and CM Punk then comes out to his song "Cult of Personality," which is a fucking amazing song. I forget what band it's by.
What song?
Cult of Personality.
I do not know that.
Huh. It's really good, but yeah, those two fight for 45 minutes.
Oh
and in that time, we start chanting Long Island sucks and deep dish pizza. Oh my god. Wrestling audiences are fucking amazing because you just chant the dumbest bullshit ever.
I love that. I used to love wrestling. I used to watch WWE and all that stuff when I was little. I used to run around going, you can't see me. Like, just, you know. Like, I'm not kidding. My parents had to tell me, you can't go up to a teacher and say that. And I was like, you can't see me. And I would run away.
Yeah. I think the funniest fucking one of the funniest fucking bits about it was that CM Punk at one point, it got so long in the match that he like held up MJF against like the like rail guard like on the outside the ring. And he went up to a fan and was like, hey, smack his chest for me. And somebody fucking did it. So you want to know the insane part about this match?
Well, aside from the deep dish part?
Yeah. So also keep in mind, CM Punk has an undefeated record in AEW, winning 8 matches in a row. And it pains me to say this, but MJF beat him twice.
Ooh.
Because
in the same
yes.
day?
So the first time he did it, because there was a kind of a fake out and then a real one. Because, okay, the first one was MJF, like, pulled the ref in. Like, CM Punk was charging at MJF, and then MJF grabbed the ref and hid behind him like a human shield. And CM Punk was like, all right. And then he, like, walked over to the ref, put his arm around him, and started walking to the other corner and getting him out of there. And while he was walking the ref, MJF took out a piece of tape and started choking him. Like, put it around his neck and started choking him. And then, like, put his arm around his neck to make it look like he was just doing a choke. And it caused CM Punk to go to sleep and be knocked out.
Huh.
And so the ref, like, looked at his arm and, like, put it up and put it down again to show that he was, like, knocked out. And then he rang the bell. And then MJF's music started hitting. So that was the first win. But when MJF's arm was put up for the victory, the tape fell. And the ref looked down and, like, picked it up. And was like, wait a minute. Then if you cheated, this doesn't count. So, like, he went to the announcer and said, yeah, the match continues.
Oh
And then
God.
they kept fighting. And I got so fucking heated in that moment. Like, I started screaming, and I legit yelled, make him suffer because he's from Long Island. I went to a new form of hatred that I've never seen before.
I think we should call the episode "Fuck Long Island" now.
Fuck Long Island, yes!
Yeah, I think that's what we should call it.
Yeah. My God, that's a deep hatred you got.
I hate New York with a burning passion. It's the most filthy city I've ever seen in my fucking life.
I feel
the
like-
people there are fucking egotistical as shit. I have never seen people with bigger fucking egos and more punchable faces I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, I will say the one thing that does like tick me off about like New York is just like New York is like the bigger spectrum of like a Los Angeles, like LA. Like it's just for people who have like big ass egos and like want to flaunt their stuff, even though none of them have their lives together.
Exactly.
So I'm just like, ugh. But like other than that, I do like New York. Like it's really dirty. Like that's another that bothers me.
It's
but
the,
like
preface. I've never been to New York, but I've seen the fucking photos, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this
it's
looks like the most
gross.
filthy city in the world.
Yeah, I agree. I've been to New York a couple times, and I gotta say it's a lot dirtier than you expect. But at the same time, you know.
I do remember there was one
dirty.
point. My favorite fucking joke I ever made about New York. The only New York I will accept is New York, and Las Vegas. That place is amazing. And it's really fun to go to. But
Surprisingly, it's much more clean than the actual New York.
yeah, no, the first joke I made was when I walked in there. I was like, wow, first New York street I've seen that's fucking clean. Anyway.
Roasted.
I remember there was this one joke I made where in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, there's a scene where like the Winter Soldier goes into an alley in New York, and I looked at that and I was like, that's bullshit. There's no fucking alleys in New York.
Dude, the like alleyways are sketchy. Like any like in between part from like the buildings is so small there. It's terrifying. Like I would never fucking walk back there.
Oh my god.
I literally live
But-
in DeKalb and I would not walk back there. I have been in the sketchiest parts here.
That's pretty sketchy.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. I've witnessed it. So how did the match turn out though? Like,
So
was that the end?
it literally ended. So like after the like match continued, they kept fighting, they kept going at it, and so MJF has this bodyguard named Wardlow. That near the end of the match, they're outside the front of the ring, and Wardlow enters, like starts walking in like a suit, and he walks up to CM Punk. And like looks him dead in the eyes, and the two have like a face off a little. And the thing I didn't see, because I was on the front end of the ring, is that in that moment, Wardlow slipped MJF his ring, his metal ring that he uses, and then then Wardlow backed off. CM Punk threw MJF back into the ring. CM Punk also got in and started staring at Wardlow. Actually, no. It was CM Punk and the ref started staring at Wardlow, seeing what he would do. And in that moment, MJF put the ring on his finger. CM Punk turned around. MJF punched him in the face with the ring. And it's a metal fucking ring, so it's like basically like a knockout, basically. Mm-hmm. And then the ref turns around, because the ref is back's to him, and so he can't see the weapon. So MJF just put it back in his trunks and pinned him. 1, 2, 3, and MJF not only gave CM Punk his first loss ever in AEW, he beat him in Chicago. Which is the insane part. Like,
that's some bear shit right there.
Like, when I walked out of the match, I was kind of disappointed with it, because obviously I wanted CM Punk to win and shit. But I looked at the booking of it, and one thing that AEW does very well is they book the newer talent very well to push them a lot. And that's exactly what they did here. Like, they're pushing CM Punk as one of the... they're pushing MJF as one of their big guys. And they did it very successfully. Still hate New York, though.
Oh, no. Not that. This doesn't excuse New York hatred. This doesn't excuse the fact that that's the name of the podcast for this episode.
Fuck Long Island.
Fuck Long Island, yeah. Yeah.
So, Sky, what were your experiences, though, with New York? Like, what'd you like about it? So I can piss on them.
I mean, no, I don't know. I guess, like, for some reason, Chicago, when I go down to Chicago, I've never really liked sorry to say it, the vibe. I don't know. There's something about, maybe I haven't been to the right, like, places in, like, Chicago, but, I kind of like the fast pace and how everyone is like, you're ignored in New York. I guess I really like to live without like spotlights on me. So I kind of like the like you can kind of do whatever you want in New York vibe. I really did not like how dirty it was, or like there was at one point we were going to get Chinese food. You got like 200 students walking to go get Chinese food, and it just smells like weed and garbage. Like rotting garbage and weed. And I'm like, I'm tired. I do not want to smell this. And I'm like, if I lived here, I was like, that would be atrocious. And then we got to talk to this pretentious, like, trumpet player. And, like, great player. I'm not going to deny that. But the fact that he was saying how much he's dedicated his life to music, and he lives in, like, in a small apartment, and I'm like, for someone that we value this much and is getting paid literally top dollar in music, like literally top dollar, besides like, you know, like musicians like they're on the radio, for him to live in that, and then like celebrities like Ariana Grande, not saying like, you know, all those pop stars and stuff like that aren't like talented, he lives in like nothing compared to these like people living in mansions, you know? It was a little disappointing to hear. It kind of brings your eyes open. Like, I always, at the end of these trips, my eyes are opened a little more to like what actually went on in the world and not the bubble. But I feel like most of the kids got like, oh my God, I just got ice cream from this like place in New York. How cool am I? And I'm like, That, and also our band director left me in charge of literally 10 people.
Fun.
And he's like, you're the oldest. And Marcello, another one of our friends, was in the group with me, and our band director just like was like, no. Like, basically. Like, sorry. But Joe remembers this too. Like, I was like, bro, sorry. I'm like, I don't really want to do this either right now. So.
So from what it sounds like New York, its only good vibe is that it ignores you.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like if I was there alone, like if it was there with like a friend or like just living there, probably be fine. But you add high schoolers to it and like people that you're not necessarily friends with, but now you're in charge of, and you want to off yourself a little bit.
You want to become one with the rotten garbage.
Yes, I rather had lived with the rats. We were also on a lookout for rats the entire time we were there.
I love Ratatouille.
How many?
I just saw a disturbing TikTok before we started this recording. It was about Ratatouille having like a kink plot to it. Like, it's just the whole kink thing, and I was like, oh no. And he's like, there's hair pulling.
Oh, joke. God damn it. It gets worse. It gets worse. It's like they talk about like bestiality because you know that like Linguini's is a bottom. Like the girl's like, you know, like Linguini's a bottom. Like, I mean, know the girl by Panic. He's like, we don't even know her name, Nicolette or something like that. And the girl is just going off about this, and I'm like, you were ruining my childhood. Oh my god.
There's something about describing Pixar characters as bottoms that's the most cursed fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
Linguini would be one, though.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but we don't have to say it, like...
Well, does that make Remy the rat a top?
Oh my god.
And, like, what does that make his brother?
Okay, wait. Real shit, though. Is Mrs. Incredible a top or a bottom?
Yes.
Nintendo Switch coming to stores near you 2017.
Mrs. Incredible is the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, what I got out of New York was that Linguini is a bottom and Remy is the top. That's what I got out of New York.
So wait, how many rats did you actually find?
None. 0.
God damn it.
But I did find a lot of pigeons.
All this talk about rats and no rats.
Oh my god, there was also there's a brown line stop in the Loop where like a bunch of pigeons just fucking chill out outside like the stairs of it. And I have thought multiple times, like going by it, like, dude, I can fucking punt the pigeon right now. Like,
I knew that was gonna be your thought.
They're right fucking there!
You don't understand. Like, I try to tell my friends that are like hanging around guys constantly or being in a group chat with you guys has taught me so many weird things. And I realize I don't interact normally now because of it. Like, this is how I end up attracting more guy friends, is because I would look at something and be like, man, I could just punt that. And that's not normal. That's not normal. It's not normal to look at a fucking animal, like those little rat dogs, like they're cute or whatever, but sometimes you look at them and you're like, I want to punt it. And I'm like, bro, that's not normal.
I'm beginning to realize this episode of the podcast might make me seem like I'm a fucking crazy person.
I just bring up the crazy side.
I just realized it makes me seem, oh yeah, I want to punt pigeons and murder every New Yorker.
Oh my god.
That is not true, by the way. That's not true.
Allegedly.
In-game.
He's actually more a fan of just picking up a pigeon and throwing it like a football.
Which I understand.
Hey man, I just want that field goal. That's all I want. That's all I want.
Oh my god, that'd be so much fun. Could you imagine? Like,
what, just playing football with a pigeon?
Well, that. I agree with that. But also, like, just because they're so, like, they're calm and, like, when you can, like, give them food, Imagine you just pick them up, just be like, oh, this creature's really sweet. It's a nice, animal of God, and like the evolution that's come to it. Yeet! It just fucking pitches it.
See, I don't feed any animal unless I know what I'm giving them is safe for them. Like, like I'd feel, even if I feel bad, like this poor pigeon is like dying or whatever, like I can't give them something that's gonna make them die faster. Like that will break my heart. I'll go home and cry.
Oh yeah, that's why like every bird in like every city is like extremely fucked. Like
they're adapting to it now, but like that's bad that we've done that to them.
Yeah.
Which, did you know that bananas are going extinct again?
Are they?
So the banana that we know today is not the actual banana that was like the original one. But they got some they basically got their version of like COVID, and they couldn't stop it though. And then they found this banana that we eat currently, but now that is starting to get the virus too, because it used to be immune, and now this is getting a virus again. So they're having another like banana pandemic, whatever the fuck, banana-demic. I don't know how to say it.
Banana-demic.
Banana-demic. I can't fucking say it. Like, it's not gonna happen.
Banana-demic.
But they're having their other one, so we might never have bananas again, or they'll be very different.
That's true. Well, like, if you ever want to taste, because I know a little bit about this, is that if you ever taste like candy banana stuff, that is the original species of banana before the common ones that we know today.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
which is fucking crazy.
I don't like it.
Bananas used to be that fucking sweet.
I don't like it at all. I hate banana flavor.
I never really liked speaking of like banana flavored like candies, I never liked the fucking banana Laffy Taffies.
Oh, those things are... I can't even do Laffy Taffy.
I can't...
Tastes like plastic going in your mouth. Like, you're just, like, melting plastic in your mouth. Like, that... I can't.
You guys clearly didn't just, like, eat whatever came in front of you.
No.
I can't...
Apparently not.
I can't do licorice, saltwater taffy, any taffy.
What? Licorice is great.
I can do some. I can do Twizzlers maybe, but I get so like nauseous from them. Like
Twizzlers are pretty plasticky, I will say.
I can do Twizzlers. I can fuck with the Twizzler.
What about a red vine though?
No, absolutely not. No? The smell
I don't
of
think
it.
I don't think I've had a red vine.
Oh my god, you never like cut the ends of a red vine? Like you take a bite off each end and you use it as a straw because it's hollow, so you can like drink Sprite through it and shit? You never did that as a kid?
I've done it.
No.
I did not enjoy it. I pretended.
Whack.
I'm to preference. I am not like a candy person. Like
that probably does you more good in the future than
I've never really been like a candy. Like I have some like candies I do like I will eat like Swedish Fish, Sour Patch Kids, but never orange flavored. Like get that away from me. What was the other one? The strawberry. There's also like in the summer they have like a red, white, and blue one. I'll eat all of those. Like some of those like gummies, but I don't like gummy bears or like gummy worms that much. I'm really weird. Like even this happened as a kid too. Like my mom would be like, "Oh, look at all the sweets." There'll be like brownies and stuff at like a picnic of some sort, and I'd go to the fruits and vegetables table, and be like, "This is my shit."
Huh.
It'd be like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird because like it's especially for like my history and like family history of like diabetes and stuff. I'm always like, I've noticed nowadays I'm like, man, I just can't handle sweet shit anymore. I used to be a lot better with it as a kid, but now I eat like sugary stuff and I'm like, this is already making me sick. I'm like, god damn, like what have I done to my physiology?
Damn.
And what will I do to get an original banana back in my lifestyle once they all go extinct?
Okay.
I'm allergic to bananas, though.
I will start the bidding war for the original banana.
At $1 gajillion.
Well, okay, that banana isn't extinct. It's just more rare. They're not gonna like sell them like out, like, you know. It's just
like
they're just, you're gonna have to go to like where they actually are, which is like I think it's Africa, actually.
Yeah, I was about to say it's probably Africa.
And you go get them from there, you know?
Yeah.
Which, who has the money to do that? You know, I definitely do.
fucking Ariana Grande in her New York apartment, maybe.
Does she live in New York?
In her McMansion. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if she lived in New York and not LA, but I feel like I think she has a mansion in LA. Mm-hmm. I'm about to look it up.
She was living with Pete Davidson. I imagine she would have someplace in New York.
Oh, since when?
Well, remember when they were dating?
Like a couple years ago?
Yeah. They must have lived together.
No, she had her own place for a while now.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Did Pete Davidson actually live with her? Oh, he'd be...
Ooh.
I kind of have that theory. I feel like, because, like, now you're seeing him and Kim K, and it seems like, yeah, he's got the car and will drive her and do, like, the small things, because that's what Kim K is into now, is the small things. But I feel like she, like, has, like, the house and everything. I mean, he is a bachelor, so, like, it makes sense to, like, want to go somewhere else. But she also has kids.
Right.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a weird situation, isn't it? Oh my god.
I know way too much about pop culture.
Yeah.
She lives in Florida. What? No, wait.
What?
No, she was raised in Florida. I was about to say, what the fuck?
Ariana Grande lives in Florida.
No, Beverly Hills.
I see.
Yeah, that's what I would have figured. Because I'm like, dude, she has to be in California. Because like that's where all the fucking dipshits are. Anyway.
Can we call this Banana-demic in fuck the Banana-demic in Long Island? How do we connect all these pieces to make a title?
At this point, I don't know what the title of the episode is.
I think it's Fuck Long Island.
Is it Fuck Long Island? Is it Mrs. Incredible? Is it Mrs. Incredible as the Nintendo Switch? I don't know.
I don't know if this would go well, but Banana-demic fucks Long Island. Or, yeah. Staten Island.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever, which one.
It was Long Island. It was Long Island.
Long Island. There you go.
I don't know about you, Joey, but I think I see an ambulance down the hill.
Oh, yeah. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I can see the ambulance in the distance. And we just had a stroke. Hey!
There you go. We brought it all together. Minimal strokes this episode, actually.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of surprised.
I'm getting better. I'm getting better, which is scary because the whole gimmick is...
We need content for the show.
I think the unorganizedness... I literally don't have a word for this.
There's a
stroke.
Oh my god.
We had one! We got one at the end!
Guys, I make up words for everything. Unorganizedness, yeah. What's the word? Disorganized.
I just realized how loud I screamed. My neighbors are gonna kill me. Anyway.
Oh, now they're gonna kill you.
Anyway, I would like to thank our guest for this episode, Sky.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
It was great having you on.
It was honestly great having you on. This was such a fun episode. If you find our content fun and like listening, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh, yeah. And if you have a friend or an enemy that you'd like to tell about this podcast, let them know that you'd like to have a stroke with them.
If you have someone who likes New York, send them this podcast.
Send this to your enemy. Send this to your enemy. They deserve this.
Send this to someone in Long Island. And if you're from Long Island, I don't know how you got a hold of this, but you should definitely continue listening. It only goes up from here.
In episode 3, we got like a push from the DePaul radio, and in episode 5 we got so much fucking heat from goddamn all of New York.
We're expanding. We're gonna wait until, dude, like episode 20, we're just gonna be fucking hated by the world.
They're gonna be like, these fuckers hate New York. They're like the one person that's like, it's kind of cool but hates it still.
We're gonna be on a watch list, like.
They're like, if they even come near New York.
Oh my god.
It's on site.
Oh
man.
Anyway, thank you again for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Joey. My co-host Dominic. We will see you guys next week.
Bye, guys. Love you.